Hello, thanks for being with us today. These are very exciting times at Melaleuca. We've always had good growth as people discover who we are, but the last 3 years, we have been growing at a phenomenal pace. Over 100,000 new customers discover Melaleuca every month. Think about it, over 100,000 new members every single month. People often ask me if I envisioned from the beginning what is happening today. They ask me whether I knew we would someday be a multi-billion-dollar company, or if I knew that hundreds of families would make over $1 million worth our business opportunity, or that we would ultimately have thousands of Melaleuca marketing executives driving cars that were paid for by Melaleuca. They asked me whether I knew from the beginning that our lucrative compensation plan would pay out over $5 billion to little guys who really need the money. My answer is always no. I didn't really envision everything that's happening today, but I did anticipate that if we brought the best products to the marketplace, and if we could accurately say that they were the best in the world, I thought a lot of customers would come. But I did not know that it was going to be this great. In the beginning, the idea was to simply produce the most effective products in the marketplace using natural ingredients to create safe and effective products to solve everyday problems. We wanted to have products without the dangers and side effects of harmful chemicals. We believe in protecting the environment. We value clean homes, clean air, clean water, clean streams, clean rivers, clean lakes, and clean oceans. We endeavored to create products that would be beneficial to the environment rather than damaging the environment like so many of the grocery store brands. We knew that in order for us to get a foothold in this very competitive marketplace, our products would have to be good, really good. 1985, the year that we started Melaleuca, the market was totally controlled by companies who either manufactured product like Procter & Gamble, Lever Brothers, Johnson & Johnson, and General Mills, or the companies who sell the product to the public, the grocery store chains like Safeway, Kroger, Albertsons, Walmart, and Costco. So either they manufactured the product or sold the product. No one did both. No one did both manufacturing and delivery to the customer. It was almost impossible to enter either space. In fact, no new major company had broken into the consumer goods marketplace in the previous 60 years. Over the previous decade, we'd watched the decline of quality in consumer goods. We knew that if we tried to market our products in the supermarket chains, we would fall prey to price pressures that would force us to decrease the quality, decrease the effectiveness, and decrease the safety of our product, just like all of the others who'd gone down that path. So we created a different system. We decided to establish a totally new model by bypassing the grocery store chain and going directly to the consumer. We wanted to maintain control of the entire process, from the beginning to the end. So we decided to avoid the high costs of shelf space, retail stores, and middlemen. In other words, our customers will order directly from the factory. No one had ever tried that model in consumer goods. In the beginning, of course, most of our orders were placed via the telephone. And then the internet became available and we migrated over to the internet. Now, the vast majority of all of our sales happen on the internet. We had no idea that someday Amazon and others would develop similar models designed to bypass the grocery store chains by delivering products directly to the customer's door. But we were the pioneers in that model. Of course, we maintain a significant advantage today over companies like Amazon, which simply sell the same brands which are available in the grocery store chains. Our advantage is in the creation of dozens of new brands which are safer and more effective and which are not available from any other source. Using nature as our guide, we create a number of products which are superior to any of our competitors. We've become the world leader in producing superior products using natural ingredients. And because we cut out the cost of the middlemen, we can use more expensive ingredients and still offer them at competitive prices. In fact, Procter & Gamble, Lever Brothers, Johnson & Johnson could never use some of the ingredients that we use because they are controlled by pressures on price. Controlling the entire process, including product development, ingredient procurement, manufacturing, and delivery, gives us several advantages in both controlling costs and assuring quality. We have been very fortunate to attract some of the best scientists in the world who have spent their entire careers studying nature and learning how to unlock nature's secrets. Of course, all of Melaleuca's cleaning products are biodegradable. Now, I met recently with some of our top Melaleuca scientists. They took me through the array of some of the very harmful ingredients that some of the grocery store brands are currently using. You would be appalled if you saw the kinds of things that our competitors are dumping into our streams and rivers. In fact, almost every one of them use several ingredients that are not biodegradable. These pollutants will not break down, and they will be present in our streams and oceans forever. The world recently learned about a study that proves that many of our competitors' cleaning products are as damaging to use just once a week as it is to smoke a whole pack of cigarettes every day. And that's just from breathing the fumes when they're using them. Unfortunately, children not only breathe fumes from these products, sometimes little children actually drink these products. In fact, poison control centers around the U.S. receive more than 7,000 calls every day involving the poisoning of little children. These poisonings sometimes cost the lives of the children who ingested them. These poisons cost our competitors millions of dollars in product liability claims. Of course, Melaleuca carries product liability insurance. We've sold hundreds of millions of bottles of various cleaning products. And I think it's noteworthy that after hundreds of millions of bottles sold and literally thousands of bottles of Melaleuca products accidentally taste tested by toddlers, there's never been a single report of serious damage to anyone. In fact, our insurance company has not had to pay a single penny in product liability claims. Not a single penny. Not one red cent. I can promise you, no other major consumer product company can make that claim. Superior performance and absolutely safe. You'd expect these products would cost a lot more, but we offer them at a very competitive price because our products are super concentrated and we don't spend any money on advertising or on expensive retail outlets, and we don't have any middlemen. It's a very different model, and it's proving to be very successful. We process over 60,000 orders every single day, and that number grows every month. We are experiencing the beginning of an absolutely unbelievable journey. We're happy that you've joined us on this journey. Now, we've got a lot to tell you about today, so let's get going. A few weeks ago, I was looking forward to eating some leftover Thanksgiving turkey. I asked my daughter to bring me home some cranberry sauce. I told her I liked the kind with the berries in it. She brought me home a can. It was a well-known brand. When I opened the can, I noticed it was half full of jelly. There were a number of berries at the bottom, but it clearly wasn't what I was hoping for. A few days later, we still had some turkey that had not been eaten, but we'd used up all of the cranberry sauce. I rummaged through the pantry to see if by chance there was any cans of cranberry sauce from last year. There was. I checked the expiration date. Still good. And it was the kind with the berries. But it was a different brand than what my daughter had purchased the previous week. In fact, it was a brand that I'd never heard of. When I opened the can, I noticed it was cranberries from top to bottom. I thought, aha, I'll bet it's a privately held company. I went on the internet to check. Sure enough, the can that I had opened a few days earlier that was half jelly was a well-known household name, a public company. The new can, which was full of cranberries, was a totally different eating experience. Like I said, I like the berries. I was curious enough later that week that I made a special trip to the store just to buy cranberries. The turkey was all gone, and I didn't need any more cranberry sauce, but I wanted to check out my theory. I found the two brands of cranberries and purchased them and brought them home. I opened both cans, like I suspected. the publicly traded company, the household name, the one that was the most expensive brand, was the lowest quality with half jelly. The other brand, a privately held company, certainly was far better quality, solid berries from top to bottom, and a much tastier product. Why would that be, you might ask? Why would the publicly held company produce the product with the lowest quality and the highest price? If you're paying attention, you already know that it's almost always that way, and for good reason. Public companies are driven by stock price. Their executives are paid bonuses based on the stock price. In fact, the CEO, the vice president of marketing, directors of marketing, and so forth, usually receive stock as part of their compensation. So it's to their advantage to get the stock price up. Most of these executives don't plan to be at their company very long. 5 years is about the average for an executive to stay at any one company before they move on to the next company. To receive bigger bonuses and to feather their resumes, they need to increase profits today. Now, stock prices are driven by the profitability of the company. Now, to increase profits, they need to increase revenue or decrease expenses. They can try to increase the price to increase revenues, but they're hampered in doing that because if they increase the price too much, no one will buy their product. So the other alternative is to lower costs. Lowering costs almost always mean lowering quality. Cranberries are the most expensive ingredient in cranberry sauce. Therefore, the best way to take the cost down is to remove some of the cranberries and replace it with cheap jelly that is mostly sugar. So when the VP of marketing suggests that they take out the cranberries to increase the profit, the CEO is quick to approve the proposal. Now, take a private company, especially a company that doesn't ever plan to go public. Since there's no stock price, there's no desire to drive the stock price up. Of course, you want to be profitable, but enough is enough. Executives of the privately held company are not compensated by receiving stock. Executives running public companies are governed by short-term goals. Privately held companies can afford to focus on long-term goals. Their growth strategy is often to increase the number of customers buying their product. They know that quality will do that. It might take time, but quality is always the answer to improving the amount of customers you've got buying your products. Now, Melaleuca is a privately held company. We don't worry about stock price. We focus on our mission of enhancing lives. We want Melaleuca to be known for quality, safety, and taking care of the environment. We've created products that help people live longer, healthier, more vibrant lives. We're debt-free and profitable. We've defined ourselves as a growth company. In other words, our objective is to grow to impact more lives next year than we did this year. When I leave this earth, I want to leave a company with a stellar reputation of enhancing lives. Now, we don't sell cranberry sauce, but if we did, we would not take out the berries to increase our profits. There's simply a huge difference between us and the publicly traded companies in how we think and how we operate. And since most consumer goods in America are manufactured by publicly traded companies, this leaves a tremendous opportunity for Melaleuca. There's a huge void for quality products, especially in the arena of wellness products. That's the main reason we have grown so quickly. As people continue to discover the difference with Melaleuca products, our growth will continue to accelerate. I'm really proud of all those who've built this company. I'm very aware that this entire company has been created by thousands of average people with tremendous heart and courage. It takes courage for people to get out of their comfort zone to tell people about Melaleuca products. I'm grateful for the thousands who've gone out of their way to do so. We often celebrate the movers and the shakers. We walk them across the stage and we give them big checks. But we often overlook those who just brought 1 or 2 customers to us. And yet, those people are extremely valuable to us. Even if you have enrolled just 1 customer, I want you to know you have made a big difference for us. In fact, over half of our customers have been brought to us by people who've enrolled fewer than 10 customers. So you don't have to be a massive enroller to have tremendous value to Melaleuca. Now, let me give some advice to those of you who are endeavoring to build a thriving Melaleuca business. There is great folly in comparing ourselves with others. Just because someone else is moving faster than you, or someone else has done more than you, don't underestimate your value. Don't get discouraged when you hear the stories of rapid advancements. And don't underestimate how proud we are of you and how much we appreciate what you've done. Don't discount your contribution just because it appears that someone else has done more than you or done it faster. Your consistency is much more valuable than their flash in the pan. Now, we're all in this together. I'm no different than you. We're all just average people trying to do our part, and every part helps. Regardless of what you see someone else doing, set your own pace, knowing that every customer counts. Celebrate everyone. The most valuable activity is reaching out to those on your contact list to make appointments. Celebrate every time you make a phone call. You can celebrate your success even when they turn you down because you did your part. You followed through. You made the call. You're doing what every successful Melaleuca marketing executive has done, setting appointments, making presentations. They won't all say yes today. Don't expect them to. Remember, no means simply not now. I need more information. You can give them more information tomorrow, or next week, or next month. Eventually they will come. All roads lead to Melaleuca. The day will come when no one can afford not to be a Melaleuca Preferred member. They can't find these kinds of products anywhere else. They need us. They need what we have. If they don't enroll today, it's simply because they simply need more information. And as people learn more about us, as our reputation continues to grow, eventually they will all come. But for now, it's one customer at a time. Celebrate every tiny success. Thank you for being a part of us. Thank you for helping us change lives. This is a fun and exciting business, so establish your goals and set about making those phone calls. If you discipline yourself and don't allow yourself to get distracted, you will reach your goals. It's only a matter of time.